Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Starting off some In Flames there. That was fun. 9 people are in this shit show, so thank you all for stopping by. I've got Joe Buddy here. We're going to talk a little bit about Sheriff Steve Hoca and why he's wrong, and also how we can help, because the man needs to get pussy. He's gone 5 years without. So let's help a brother get into some warm apple pie. So Joe, you actually talked to him a few days ago. You were on his live stream and he interrupted you in true let's call it Ian fashion.
Yeah, well, I think he interrupted me whenever I didn't say something that he believed to be true.
As much as I kind of like the guy, he's one of these types that seems to follow a strict narrative, and if anything kind of breaches that, he immediately goes into the defensive.
That's kind of my take on it, but it doesn't make sense from my vantage point, because while he may have this life experience, he doesn't have that much. He does. He's almost alone in the world. Yeah, I know there's a lot of TFLers out on YouTube, but in the grand scheme of things, in the general population of men, most men, the vast majority of men, don't have his experience. And therefore, I don't believe his narrative holds water.
Uh, I don't think a lot of his ideas about the state of availability when it comes to women and their perceived, I don't know, superiority complex. I mean, no doubt it's there, but I think he overinflates that all of these women have such a wide pool of people to choose from, but yet he still doesn't believe in the Chad and the Tyrone kind of deal. And my big problem with him, with what he's been the last few videos of his I've watched, is he pushes this whole idea that you gotta play the wounded bird. These girls gotta scoop you up and take care of you. They don't want you to be masculine. They want you to be the schlubby hubby or whatever the hell. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the way to pick up a woman.
Well, I don't think you can say anything is 100% one way or another. I mean, I'm sure that approach will work for some guys. I just, I just can't imagine it. If every guy started acting like this, I think women as a gender would be pretty PO'd, pretty ticked off.
Yeah, well, I think there might be one or two of these kind of women. If you were to take a group of 10, there might be one or two that would fall for that whole pathetic thing that he wants to play. But most of them are going to look at him and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, you loser? Like, where are your testicles? Are you not a man at all?" I think most women respect some masculinity. I mean, they don't want a douchebag, but they don't want this little, milk toast kind of doormat.
Right. Right, but I mean, suppose a guy had some bad life experience, and there was a woman, in his universe, and maybe she had compassion for him. I could see how that would lead to something. Especially if she thought that she could help him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it could spark some interest, and bring two people together. I mean, I know a guy who hired a babysitter. And I think this woman kind of like, look at this guy. He's kind of out of his element here. He really needs some help. And he did, probably from a certain point of view, because he had a lot of kids. And the next thing you know, she's not his babysitter. She's his wife. So one thing led to another. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I think women are attracted to a man who is going to get something done, and she's there to be taken along on the ride. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I can agree with that, but I mean, I don't know. Like, he was talking in, I don't know which stream, if it was the one with him and Hell by the Dashboard Light, or the one where he's talking to you and the sounded like kind of an Asian sort of sounding gentleman. But he's talking about that woman that he had that wanted to take care of him. Mm-hmm. And he, I guess, flubbed it up by, he said, being masculine, and he could have had it made in the shade with this woman and be taking care of him. And I don't know, these kind of situations seem a little far-fetched to me. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fucking I'm not a big fucking pussy like that.
Yeah, well, when he said that, I didn't quite understand what he meant, and I asked for a clarification, but he didn't. You know, he answered me in a different way. Like, I don't know what he meant. Did he mean he didn't want the woman who made more money than him, or he did? You know, I didn't quite understand.
Oh, it seemed like at the time he didn't want it, but now looking back, that he's, you know, he hasn't got the little sheriff wet in a while. He's like, oh man, I could have been living the high life, being the schlubby hubby, and I could have been munching down on her all day, and I could have been a kept man. I mean, really, I think if he would have gotten into that situation, he would still be on YouTube today, but he would be bitching about how this maid woman left him high and dry.
Well, he doesn't have very high standards. So, you know, if he were to get a woman without, you know, much to offer as far as, you know, what other men want, why would she necessarily leave him?
Yeah.
I mean, he said he'd be happy with a woman like Dana Ogden.
Yeah.
So, you know, that type of woman, she's, you know, fairly common. I mean, if he were to find a woman around his age, which is like 45, 50-ish, you can find these women.
Yeah, I mean, he's got this woman that is in his streams and that's donating money to him, that's fawning over him, and yet he's still talking about all this nonsense. Like, well, just you seem to have roped one just by being you. So why are you going to spread this bullshit about? Oh, well, you need to be the weaker guy. Women don't want masculinity. They want someone that's below them. And I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think maybe women nowadays want more of them kind of want an equal. I don't think they want somebody beneath their station.
All right, I can pretty much tell you that. Well, I can pretty much prove to you that you're right. And I'm just gonna use an analogy of what. Not an analogy. I'm just gonna share my life experience with you. So, you know, my wife, she's abroad. You know, she is.
She's abroad from abroad.
She's abroad from abroad, right? She's not an American by birth. So what did I do? You know, I went over because I didn't want a Western woman, and in the process, I've made four trips to her country. Mm-hmm. And here's what I saw. Every time I'd be out and about, I'd see some older white dude with one of their women. Now, very common to see guys around 50 or 60 years old. Very common. Now, what age do you suspect the local women were?
I don't know. I would suspect mid-30s, early 40s, maybe.
Typically, they were around 20 years old.
Oh yeah.
You know, typically. Now they might have been 25. They might have looked like they were 18 though too. Now, in my travels, you know what I never saw a single time?
What?
I never saw a white lady with one of the local men. Not once. Okay. So let's just review. The men go abroad and they're willing to take a woman who doesn't have any money. And they're beautiful. So that's kind of the deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And
the guy will go and trade, you know. I mean, what's you know, it's not nothing. You know, you have to go to another country. You have to deal with the language and the cultural differences. But the guys are willing to do that for youth and beauty. Mm-hmm. And the women, obviously, they want the money to a certain extent.
Yeah. I don't know. Men go for beauty and for breeding purposes, right. And women go for security and financial stability.
Right. But if what Steve Hoca was saying is true, then there'd be all these women who are saying, I can't find no man. Where are all the good men? Well, then they would also get on a plane and they would go to another country and they would rescue one of these men that need rescuing. Oh, look at this guy. All his family died. He can't find a job. Why, I'm sure I can bring him to America, get him educated, and rescue that poor guy. Where are these women? They don't exist because that's not what women want.
Exactly. But that's exactly what Steve says they want.
Well, you see the reverse of that. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I think the man is delusional. He's clearly delusional.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Trim Hits is in the chat. Hey, Trim Hits.
Yeah.
I'm slaying pussy over here.
If you're listening to this, don't find one woman who did what I said and say, I know a woman and she married a guy from another. Yeah, okay. Don't, just because I say most men are taller than women, don't find a woman that's taller than a man and say I'm wrong.
Well, it's these people that when you say the rule, they immediately bring up the exception. It's like, just because they're exceptions doesn't make the rule any less true. There are always outliers. There's always going to be the woman that's going to pick up the little baby bird and nurse it back to health. Just like there's going to be, I don't know, the man who marries an old hag because she loves me.
Right.
It doesn't make the standards or the rules any less truthful. It just is like, oh, hey, there's a lot of black people in Africa. Well, wait, there's about five white guys over there.
So what do you think Steve Hoca needs to do?
Well, I honestly think that he needs to quit trying these or thinking he's going to try these outlandish schemes that aren't going to work, and he's going to come back and say, well, maybe it's just the women around here aren't like that. He needs to, if this woman that he's been talking to on the internet, he says he's not picky. He doesn't have children. I don't assume he has children. And he could, like pick up and go out wherever this woman is and go see her and, get his dick wet and see if he likes the woman. And, maybe he can find he too can have a Shamu.
Okay. I see JB in the house. JB, this is for you. That's right. That's a Joe Buddy welcome to JB.
Yeah, I was at the farm store.
Hope you appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I was at the farm store the other day, and they caught Eli. He's in prison. I saw the morning rooster. He was caged.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it wasn't near a SeaWorld, though, so I don't know if Dana got held for captivity or...
Well, I think he's doing okay because I believe his BFF said that he's going to be releasing a new card chat video soon.
Oh joy, how rapture! I wonder if he's going to mention my buddy Coach Levi.
I don't know, but that's just what the world needs. It needs another video of Coach Eli and his girlfriend, because Lord knows we don't have enough of those videos.
Speaking of, I want to address the quote advice that big piece of shit, living, talking, breathing shit gave to Hoka. I honestly hope he doesn't take him up on that. Why are you going to go?
You might want to tell everyone what that advice was.
Okay, so Sheila was on Hoka's stream last week and has basically told him, you need to go on Match.com. That's where I met my lady Dana, and you need to message 50 women a day. And you'll get at least 10. You'll get some dates, and then you go on about 20 or 30 dates, and then you might find your lady. You might find your no-walt. And it's bad advice. I think old budget Rick Grimes trademark is going to waste his money on going on Match.com and talking to women. He especially if he does these stupid fucking be the wounded baby bird, and uh, it's just bad advice all around. And from what he's talked about on his latest streams, it doesn't. It seems like he's like, oh, I'm not going to pay for a month and try it out. But I really don't think he's giving much credence to our favorite punching bag. What do you think?
Oh, you know he is not, because after Eli, that very show after, well, as you say, Coach Sheila, after Sheila left the stream, you could tell, he was talking like, yeah, just being polite, but
yeah.
he's still thinking about trying it.
Yeah. Oh, Whoosh says in the chat, tell Joe anytime he wants to let out a JB stop simping, I'm recording you simping. We're good with that in the chat.
Really? You guys want to hear it?
I want to hear it.
You're a simp! I'm going to record you simping.
Oh, that's
I hope you hear me, nigga. I hope you hear me. I'm tired of men not fucking being men.
Oh, I'm recording
Hope that made them happy.
Woosh said LMAO, so I think all is good in the world. I don't know, that one quote is still pretty true. I mean, I'm tired of men not being men, and right now I think Steve Hoca is, if there was a poster for a movie called BFP, it would be Sheriff Steve in his hat with like a little 6-shooter, a little water gun, kind of held up Charlie's Angel style.
Well, the thing is, I like him. He sounds like a nice guy.
Well, I like him too. I mean, he seems like a nice dude. He's intelligent. I mean, I don't see what his problem is. I've said it in all the videos I've made so far about him. He's not a bad looking guy, so it shouldn't be hard for him to get some, I mean, maybe he just opens up and he talks about, I've not had that in 5 years. I would just go pussy all day, and I'd rub her feet, and I would just be a house husband. I could be a schlubby hubby.
Well, all right. So don't you think there's women down with that? It's like, okay, I can handle a guy like that.
I mean, I'm sure, but he'd scare all of them away. Because I mean, it would just be like a fucking endless loop. I think of him just complain like on his videos. He keeps bringing it up. He keeps bringing up. Oh, I've had a 5-year dry spell. 5-year dry spell, dude. We know. Everybody knows.
Well, okay, so he's had a 5-year dry spell.
Chris Jones in the chat says, Bearded, he openly talks about red pill issues to women. That's the last thing they want to hear. I'll kind of disagree. I'll kind of disagree because go ahead. I'll let you make your point.
I was just going to say, I know this guy who's sort of Jewish. He does the same thing.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's not necessarily a bad thing to talk about red pill issues to women, but he probably goes about it in the wrong way. I mean, you have to be subtle when you're talking about these issues to women, because if you can talk through some of the things, if you're, interested in a woman, and you can immediately weed out the ones that are just there to, that leech off of you, like if I'm dating someone, I'm going to be like, look, I like you and everything, and this is going good, but here's some things. We're not going to get married ever. We're not going to live together, and you're not going to be on my bank accounts, because that's just how I do things. And then leave it at that, and you gauge their reaction. But I'm sure he is all like, oh, I bet you're only into Chads and Tyrones, and I'm a TFL. I'm TFL. You wouldn't like a guy like me. You probably were just in it for money, or wanting to divorce rape me, or child custody me. I'm sure he goes about it in that manner, but I don't know the man personally, and I've not seen him in the wild, so to speak. Yeah, apparently that is what he does. So yeah, he does have that going against him then. And I mean, he and Sheila do have similar vocal patterns, so the voice could kind of could kind of throw them off. But I mean, I don't have a supremely deep masculine voice either. But of course, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
I like you anyways.
I'm not shouting red pills at women and scaring them away from my dick like Steve.
Well, what can you say? He's a sincere man who's just having a bit of what's the word? Bit of bad luck. But I like him. He seems like a nice man.
I like him too. You know, I'm going to keep following him, and you know, my goal is that he gets little Steve some action, so that maybe he'll kind of mellow out and see that maybe he's building this all up for no good reason. I mean, you know, it's sex is great. I'll admit it, but it's not the end all be all of the world. I mean, I'm sure he's letting some of his passions and hobbies die because he just is so focused on pussy. And I think he just needs to knock the dust off, you know, shoot a few dusty cobwebs out, and maybe he'll kind of mellow out. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, I think he should immediately stop talking about red pill stuff. I think he should immediately stop talking about anything that women don't want to hear, or that they're just not, you know, anything that's not in their universe. You know, like if you're a big history buff, you know, hey, do you want to hear how the Romans invaded Carthage? Oh, self-interesting. No, just don't do that because it's boring to them. You know, just talk about general things. I got little Joe here, so you might hear him.
That's fine.
And anyways, I think you should just talk about general topics. I think you should go on Match.com or whatever dating site. And Brian Young gave me some good advice. Well, it was in regards to Steve Hoca. So Brian Young gave Steve Hoca, I think, some good advice. You need to write a general message that you're going to copy and paste all the ladies. But you grab something off their profile, like they like XYZ. Oh, I see you like XYZ. Z, that's cool. Copy, paste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just run through in the morning, and you give your 50 messages or whatever the limit is. You go about your day, and according to Brian Young, that's it. That's all you need. Oh, and some decent pictures, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean, just cast out a wide net. You know, just don't put a whole lot of time and effort into it. Don't write 50 pages. You know, trying to woo them off their feet.
Right.
Just kind of.
And I'm thinking, don't spend too much time, because don't you think all the other guys are doing copy paste? So, it doesn't mean that much. If a woman gets, several dozen messages, big deal.
Yeah, or just Bob's and Vagine, please. Okay, then you weed in some of the slutty ones, I guess.
Yeah. But Nemo, maybe we could do a series. We can do a little collaboration. That's what real men do. They collaborate on YouTube. It's not sub for sub, guys. It's not sub for sub.
We're networking. That's what we're doing.
Right.
We're networking, collaborating.
No. But maybe we could get maybe we can get like a model of some generic image, but one that would be like that we own the rights to, and just make it like a fake profile, and just see, how bad is it? How bad are the thirsty guys?
Oh yeah, that would be good. That would be a good one.
We could play around. We could take like a 5. We could take like a 3. We could take a 1.
Now, let's just see if the thirst is real.
Yeah, for science. You can document it.
Yeah, and for hilarity, because we would have to screen cap some of these messages.
Oh, I'm afraid it would probably be really embarrassing. Like, oh, you're so pretty.
Oh no, it would. It would be. Well, oh my God! Here's a dick pic. Maybe we could diagnose some scarring or some herpes or something. Maybe help these guys out. Oh, hey, I just wanted to let you all know that there's no need to fear. Underdog is here. He's now moderator of my channel.
Wow, what took so long?
Oh God, yeah, but I think that would be a good compilation to do. Is the thirst is real. Let's see how many terrible messages this fake woman can get. All right, Taz is here. Taz, you're now moderator as well. Welcome. 21 in the box. Probably gonna end the stream soon, but before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and invite a Sicilian for the last few minutes because he wants to give his BFP bullet points on his opinions of Sheriff Steve.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Yeah. It'll be a fun way to close out the show before Dowered Hair comes on.
All right, well, I'm going to mute.
All right, Joe Buddy is muted to Sicily. I am.
Oh, well, he's not in yet. Well, I'll wait till he gets in.
Yeah, he's not in yet. Oh, look, Joseph Conrad SA is in here. You are now moderator as well, Joseph. And I'm not. Coach Levi isn't marrying Diane because he doesn't do that shit. Hey, BFP, I see your middle finger. Look at that BFP just flipped us off.
Hold on 1 second. Get bad checked.
He's got to turn his dishwasher off.
No, he's very unprofessional.
He's worked up into a frenzy.
Yeah. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just getting ready to end the stream here in a minute. But you said you wanted to throw in your couple cents about the sheriff of BFP Town, Loserville.
Yeah, he is the, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, he is the sheriff of Loserville, and not Loserville, Kentucky, just Loserville in general. Low-Keyville.
Yeah, he couldn't be the sheriff of Loserville. We have Raising Cane's. It's too good for him.
That's right.
Chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers. I kind of feel bad for Steve. I really do. I hope he reaches his goal and finally gets to orgasm inside of a woman. That would be good for him to achieve.
Yeah. He's not trying hard enough because they're fucking everywhere. Hashtag Nick Gers. Thanks, Joseph Conrad. Nick Gers is a hell of a man. I love him. So does Coach Levi. He said so himself. Loves him like a brother, man. Loves him like a brother. So, in any kind of other ideas, have you watched some of his videos, Sicily?
I haven't really sat through the whole spewing of the patheticness, but I have heard some clips. From what I've heard, it's pretty sad, man. I don't get it. I just don't get it. He's just another one to add to the list of losers.
Yeah, well, we can't all be winners around here, I'm not. JB is moving to Orlando, so he's definitely gonna go hit up SeaWorld. Make sure you feed Dana a fish for me. Make sure it's a trout, a stinky trout. he's gonna definitely live stream from there.
Damn.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Meantime, mind frame, you the real MVP, dog. You the real MVP.
So is he gonna go visit somebody's NAWALT?
No, the no Walt. Get it right.
Oh, the NAWALT? Okay.
Yeah, the no Walt.
All right.
Oh, good God. Good
Stupid skank asshole.
The $40 bitch. Tired of this shit. All right. Before I'm gonna go ahead and end it because I really need to go to bed. This has been fun, but before Dowered Hair comes on, could we get another? I'm gonna record your simping.
All right. Now, do you just want one, or would you like me to, give you a good dose?
Just give us like run your hand all the way down the soundboard.
Well, you want the full treatment, okay?
Yeah. Give us all a happy ending from.
I cannot handle myself civilly watching these fucking whores. I cannot fucking stand it. And I hope you hear me, nigga. I hope you hear me. I'm tired of men not fucking being men. Do not give money to these fat assholes. Shut up, bitch. Don't even move your fat ass motherfucking mouth.
Oh,
I know
man.
you're a simp. I know you're a simp. No. You're a simp. And I'm going to record you simping.
That's my favorite.
I like that. No.
It's like I'm going to record you simping. I love it. Fucking love it. I can't get enough of it.
JB, it's just praise when I do this.
Please, JB, make it public again. We need it public.
Ooh. Sounded like you said ooh.
No, that's not my soundboard. That's my son.
I know. Boy.
He's a good soundboard too, little buddy. See, Steve Hoca, you could have a little buddy if you would, quit being so picky and such a little bitch, and just throw it in. Whatever will let you throw it in them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, speaking of soundboards, from what I've heard, folks, there's one of Coach Eli floating around there somewhere. I can't remember who the hell made it, but
I know.
I think it's Hyperion Lord.
Yeah, he needs to give me one if he wants to share.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Hyperion. I couldn't remember his name.
That guy's awesome.
That's who it is.
That guy's awesome. I like him a lot.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's been floated out there. From what I heard, he was going to give it out to people, but I don't know if anybody else has it or not.
Well, that BFP needs to get it out. Get it out to the masses.
Well, just imagine the fun you can have if if he has a nice library. You can have him like talking to JB. Let's say something stupid, and then JB can come back and say,
No.
Well, he was. I don't know exactly what the program looks like or anything, but he was stringing some half decent sentences together. Hyperion was when he was using that soundboard. I mean, it was almost like Eli was just there live.
Wow. So you could actually make Eli make sense, which he never does in real life.
Well, he had you, me, Bearded's name. I mean, all kinds of people's names, and he could string together sentences saying like, "I love Joe Buddy. I love the Bearded Demophilist." Just stuff like that. It was funny. Joe Buddy is a big fucking pussy.
I love him like a brother, man, but he's getting a big fucking pussy.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it was, obviously a soundboard, but he was stringing stuff together. It was pretty comical.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, if you listen, I think it was on his live stream, Euro Trucking 2, I think, or Euro Trucking or something. Yeah. He plays with it on that stream. I think that's what it was called.
Oh, I'll have to go listen to that.
Yeah, I can't remember the timestamp, but it's on there. He has a lot of. I think he said he has up to like 100 different words.
Wow.
And saying he even had Eli's like stuttering fits. Oh like that. Strung them all together. He had a string of insults strung back to back. It was pretty funny.
Now, if you're like working a double shift and you're, just what am I trying to say? You're just in withdrawals because you need your life coach, and he's not doing a live stream. Could you play with the soundboard, and would you feel better?
Possibly, but I don't have the soundboard. I mean, if I had the soundboard, I might be able to use it to get my Eli fix. But I wish Eli would live stream every day. He's a wonderful man, and he provides good entertainment.
Stop simping. JB's gonna record just simping.
Yeah. Now, would you say that you are Eli's best friend on YouTube, or his second best friend next to Charles?
I think Charles is his best friend.
Annie was my best friend. She was my only friend.
I would say Charles is his best friend for sure. Maybe I'm top 5. I'm top 5, maybe top 10, maybe.
No, I'm top 1. You dropped the soap.
No, man. Him and Charles are tight, like tighter than 2 coats of paint. I mean, they do a show together.
All right, and JB, I do have a request for your next live stream. All right, you do need to address the gay behavior of the Purple Pill guy. All right, because he was just out of control last night, out of control on Morpheus' stream.
Oh really? That was a long ass stream.
Yeah, you mean about the gayness?
Yeah, he triggered JB, and JB had to go because it was just too much, So, Jamie, you just got to stop, okay?
Stop simping.
It's stop being gay. That's what he needs to do. I don't know. You could listen to it, but then you couldn't unhear what you heard.
Oh God. Oh God. I don't know if I can take that out of my best friend Jamie.
Jamie was
he simping hard on Sammy?
Oh, he was talking about doing something to her that was really inappropriate,
Oh, great! Somebody timestamp that for me. Let me hear that.
Jamie, do not give money to these fat assholes, Jamie. And I hope you hear me, nigga. I hope you hear me.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh Lord.
I hope that live stream comes back public. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, please, JB.
It was too good. It was. You mean JB?
I said JB.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Jamie. Yeah, JB for everybody in the manosphere as a gift. Just make that public again, man. It was wonderful. I mean, I've seen it live.
It was great for the drunkenness, but I mean, he was still bringing a good message too. So I think you would be remiss if you kept that hidden from the community. I think. Yeah.
Well, you could see his passion. I think that's why he was voted the Speaker of the House, Speaker of the MGTOW House. No doubt about it. He was a good pick for that.
Sorry, guys. I'm multitasking here, but
what are you doing? Simping?
No, because I don't want JB coming around with his camera. He's going to record. He's going to record that simping. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of this shit.
Oh, yeah, that was funny as fuck.
yeah, we need that shit again. For sure. All right, so it's late. I'm tired. So, good evening, MGTOW. Good evening, man. This is Doward Hare. Thanks for stopping by. We had a good discussion here tonight on the show. Joe Buddy was here, and we talked about Steve Hoca, and that he's a big fucking pussy, and he's trying to get a woman to let him in. That's strange, okay? And he wants to be this pussy, this beta bitch, to get these women. And we don't agree that his tactics are very good. They're bad. It's like when I deal with these women all the time. When I'm riding my bike to the grocery store, And these women, they're catcalling me from the sidewalks and that, you know. And little Howie, he's restless. Little Howie's at full attention. And it hurts when I'm riding my bike and I hit a pothole and little Howie gets smashed. And I think that Steve Hoca, he's on that path to getting his little sheriff caught between the bicycle seat and the pelvic bone. And that's bad news, in my opinion. And the sisterly came on, and he was very assistly, and he simped to Eli, as always. Joe Buddy, really good JB Gunner sound clips, and the Morning Rooster showed up, who's in jail at the farm store right now. And Beard's back, and whoosh, the basement water did settle down. I pulled up all the rugs right now, so it's not a complete flood down here in the Lair anymore. It's drying up under control. That was Doward Hare, and he was talking about those women at the grocery store. So I'm gonna play some more loud music, and you all can chat for a few minutes while that's playing. And thanks for stopping by. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and donate, as I do plan on producing more content for you. Good night, MGTOW. Good night, man.
Good tunes, buddy. Way to go.